What's going on, guys? Today we're back in the garage and we're about to start the support mods for Kyle's big bore kit.
Getting ready with a clutch cover. It's the Kitaco clutch cover, and also upgrading the clutch and putting a race clutch in. It's a ECB clutch. Also has a clutch plate on there as well.
So let's go.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do before we even start removing the clutch assembly, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our mom's new kitchen Tupperware container, and then we're going to fill that with some oil that we have, the oil that we're basically going to put in the Grom. We're going to fill that up, and we're going to put our clutch assembly or clutch plates in that and let them soak for a couple hours. Okay, so now since we got our clutch plates in the oil, we're going to throw them in the oven till they get nice and wet. Make sure your oven is off as well.
So you want to go get some McDonald's?
I am pretty hungry, but can I catch a ride?
2 McDoubles and 2 McChickens, and then...
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is start it up and just have it warmed up. Okay, so now we're going to take off... Okay, so now we're going to drain the oil out since it's hot, and then we're going to take off this clutch cover. Okay, so now we're just going to take off this oil spinner. Yeah. Okay, so for this we need this special tool. You can get it off Hard Racing or anybody for Grom stuff. It just fits right over there and takes off the little piece. So just take that and pop this on and take it off. Okay, so we just got the oil spinner off. Now we're going to go ahead and take these 3 bolts out of this plate and then start getting the clutch assembly apart. Make sure when you take these off, you do take them off together. Don't just take off one and then leave the other tight. Take them off together. So a little out of each one. Okay, so now we got that out. So here's the springs. We won't be reusing those. The kit we got comes with new springs that are made a little bit better. Okay, so now we're going to use our handy dandy tool. And we're going to get this done. Blues can too, we can too. Okay, so now we're going to take out 2 bolts on the bottom that's holding in this little pan here. Okay, so now we're going to take these clutch plates out. It's a good idea to make sure you keep them in order. So just be careful. There is like little tiny pieces in between as well. So just make sure you take them out in order. So I'm going to sit them on the floor and take them out one by one and just sit them the way they were. That way you can look right back at it and get it 100% right. Okay, so now since we got that out, now you have your little diagram here of which order they came out. So now we're just going to put them back in the same order that they came out. So on this one, it's just one and then the other and then one and then the other. It just goes back and forth. So we're just going to put them back in the way they came out. Okay, so now this nut that you just took off goes back to 47 foot-pounds, so just be real careful. Okay, and I didn't really put this in the video too much, but I'm going to be changing out the oil pump to a Koso oil pump. It's supposed to be a high-flow oil pump, so I really wanted that for my big bore kit. So I'm going to do that real quick. Pretty simple, just taking out these bolts. Make sure you prime it though. Okay, so now I'm just putting back on the oil pump. Just make sure you tighten all these down to 10 foot-pounds. Good.
Okay, so here's the comparison. Like, this is the old one, and it's pretty light, and then this is the new one. Holy crap! I'm right-handed, and this is taking a lot more force. So yeah, these are the new heavy-duty ECB springs that Kyle's gonna be installing.
Dang it, Justin. Okay, so now I just took the bearing out of the old plate. So now I'm just gonna put it in this new plate. This just slides right in. Oh yeah.
What the heck?
Okay, so now we're just bolting this up. Just make sure your springs are all aligned. I got a little pick that I'm trying to use to get it, but however you want to get it, just make sure they're lined up in their correct spots. Okay, so now just put on these 3 bolts on the outside. Slowly push them in. Don't do one and then do the other. Do them all and screw them in evenly. And then all these bolts are 12 pounds, 12 foot-pounds. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this piece right here and the washer. The washer actually has outside written on it. So we're gonna put this on. Make sure you have the axle piece or threads or whatever you wanna call it right on the outside. So just slide that on, and then outside goes towards you, of course. So then you put that on. And the next thing is you're gonna need to take this little rubber gasket and put it inside there. So there's a little groove, if you could see that. It's a very tiny groove. You're just gonna need to make sure you put that in there. Make sure it's in that groove correctly. Okay, so now once you put that piece in, just before you throw it on, take a little bit of oil. I'm gonna use this old oil. You just need to lube it up just a little bit. I just want a little tiny bit of oil in there. And then we're going to put it on there. I'm gonna put my finger on the end just so that gasket piece doesn't come out. And there we go. Just work it around and spin it at the same time. And then now it's threading up there, and that oil is helping that gasket spin so you don't rip it. All right, so next we're going to get this, tighten it up to spec. Spec is, forgot, 47, right?
Yeah, 47.
47 foot-pounds. So just get your buddy to help hold it. That way it doesn't turn over the engine. So we just... Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's pretty tight and hard to do, so, all right. So now just scrape off your gasket and get it nice. I'll try to get it as good as possible. But anyway, scrape off your gasket and put on your new one. And let's throw on the cover. Okay, we're almost there. Just take this out of your old clutch cover, and then that's gonna let you be able to pull the clutch lever out of there. Or not lever, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now we'll just put it in our new one. Just slip that in there. Okay, so when you put it on, make sure you press that down. I didn't realize it at first, but you have to press it down pretty hard. Then this piece goes right in. Well, I won't say right in, but you gotta line it up. I think that's lined up. There's lined up, so there it is, and now there it is. Okay, so time to put on the gasket. Again, make sure it's all clean, because if it's not clean, you're gonna have leaks. It's time to put on the clutch cover. This thing is probably gonna be a pain to get in there without scratching it up, but let's see. Oh no, it's way easier than the stock one. The stock one was a pain to get in and out. So this one's a whole lot easier for you guys that are wondering. Something's holding it off.
The shaft.
Okay, so before you actually put this on, you might want to hook this clutch cable up right here.
What the heck? There is no clutch pressure at all.
Yeah, you might get
that.
Okay, so we got the clutch on, had to put it on, and we had a little bit of a slight problem. For you guys, I didn't say exactly about it, and I was wrong myself. The clutch plate, and I'll show you guys a video of that, but it needs to be flush. I first screwed it in or bolted it in a little too much. make sure you make it flush with that. That's the only way it's going to work. So that's how the clutch basically works, because basically if you just screw it down all the way, those springs don't do anything. So I was an idiot, but we fixed that real quick, and now it's time to put oil in. So I'm just going to put some racing oil right there. This stuff is kind of expensive though, it's the only thing bad about it. Quick tip, instead of doing it this way and getting those glugs, turn it sideways. Oh yeah, nice and smooth.
I was the one that fixed the clutch. Kyle! Yeah! Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Well, I have some more oil. I was just cleaning out the... That's the first time I've ever done that.
Didn't I even make a comment about the oil drain plug being still over there?
Yeah, I think so. That was a little while ago though.
Oh my gosh.
At least this clutch cover was here. New use for the stock clutch cover.
Use it as a drain pan.
Alright, let's get the other bottle now. Well, make sure you put your drain plug back on first. Okay, so if you follow the instructions correctly, you're going to need a second bottle of oil. Double check, make sure you put on that drain plug. Make sure it's on there pretty good.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Finally.
So now we are ready to put oil in the bike. Quick tip, turn it sideways. Okay.
Oh yeah, look at that oil pour. It's not leaking this time, Kyle.
Okay, so now we're going to start it up. Oh my god, that clutch is a lot harder. Think I should start it and kill it, start it and kill it?
Yeah.
Chain.
Why was it spinning?
Okay, so it is about 3 hours later since the last clip where we had the Grom and we started it up, and basically we had it in first gear and had the clutch completely in, and the wheel was just spinning and wouldn't stop. We've tried to adjust it and do everything, but basically the clutch just isn't working properly. It just isn't engaging.
Yeah, when we bolt the plate all the way down like you're supposed to, it doesn't, the actuator doesn't hit the plate itself, so it doesn't do anything. But if you back it too far out, it doesn't, it still doesn't engage the clutch for some reason. So it's just been a pain in the butt. We've repacked the clutch like 3 times, we've redone all the springs.
I probably took this cover off, what do you think, 20 times?
Probably about 20, 30 times.
Yeah, I've took off this cover so many times. It is absolutely ridiculous. I've gotten really good at it though. It's a little bit of a pain, but now I've got really good at it. So something good came out of this.
So I guess, guys, this is going to call it a day for this video.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed everything. And hopefully we'll be back for part 2.
Rick, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Going on with that, and
yeah, well, when we sent the... I can't do it! Damn! Yeah.
that was funny though.
I'm just gonna like...
He's laughing right now.
Okay.
Do you want to be in this shot or not?
Let's go.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm covering my face.
Where we started it and what happened is,
No,
we
stop.
what?
I was fooling around. I was like,
No, don't.